You good?
Yeah, we're doing it.
Let's do it.
Get your pencils, grab your paints, collect anything you consider art supplies. It's time for Art Smackdown, the game show that makes art the cutthroat competition God intended. This week's contestants are Best Artist in the World, Off-Brand Carmela Soprano, last week's audience champion, Schwarzenmerk, and this week's challenger, Parker Denton, with celebrity guest judge Corey Easley, and with me, Mark Stetson, and Slaney Rose Jordan, and Phil Casal. Back from COVID.
Back with COVID.
But
that's the joy of Zoom communications, is you can sort of stare into see how the other half lives if they do. So, yeah, glad to be here. Glad to not have chills and shakes and all that shit from last week. That was like the height of my symptoms when the show started. I really wanted to be there, but I was like, no one will like to watch this.
well,
I'm glad you feel better.
Thank you.
I'm glad you feel better too, Phil.
Thanks, Corey.
Well, and that's coming from someone who also currently
has
exactly. You got when did you get yours?
Well, first of all, I just want to say I'm happy that my symptoms weren't terrible, and I don't know exactly where I got them, but it's funny when you start trying to like retrace your steps of where you possibly could have gotten it, and if the place that I think I got it is true, then I feel like it took a long time to really show up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like I was around the person who I think had it, or who definitely had it, but it took me like a week to feel sick at all. So I don't really know if that's even true now. I just know that isolation is weird, even though we all spent a year in it, and now just got a couple days left.
So is it weirder having to go back into full-on lockdown after having not been in lockdown for a little bit?
Well, yeah. I mean, it worked out that me and my wife just moved. So we're in this apartment, and then like we just had a bunch of boxes and shit. So like not knowing where everything is, it kind of like gave us a little bit of time to organize our shit. It was almost like the universe made this shit happen.
Oh, you guys need to take care of your new apartment.
Yeah,
get your shit together.
Like, and here goes COVID. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Right, an excuse to take time off. Good, great. We've got.
The thing is, though, I was just like, I don't think I can get this thing, right? Because I haven't gotten it yet, and I'm around people, and I ended up getting it. So, for me, it was kind of like a reality check too.
Right, I'm pretty sure it's not real.
Yeah, because
it's not real. I haven't gotten it yet.
You
guys are fakers. You guys, yeah, right? See, you just picked this moment. Oh, how convenient to have COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I where I got it? I know where I got mine.
Oh, where?
I got it in Brooklyn at the Tradesman in Bushwick. There were at least 3 or 4 people that were at the place that I was at that got COVID within the week. I just got it as soon as possible.
Phil, was that Friday night you were like, hey, everybody, free beers, come on down?
No, that was
okay.
That's where I thought you got it too, and I was like, thank God I dodged that.
No, I don't think it was that one, because I got a PCR test that day, or the next day. I hope I didn't contract it there, because there's a lot of folks who I knew who were there, and they're all fine. The reason that like I think I pinned it down is that because so many people that I was with wound up getting it like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, one by one. So I believe it was there. I'm just really surprised at how quickly my symptoms just arrived. So I think if I got it Friday and my Monday I was feeling the worst, like I think maybe it was Delta.
Yeah, for sure.
So you went to bed on Sunday
feeling a little gross. A little gross. I was feeling some like hard congestion in the back of my nose, like in like that kind of change of season shitty.
Yeah.
Well, it's the time of year also. It
yeah.
been COVID. It could have just been just a regular cold, because I think people think you can't just get a cold.
Well, right, yeah, like 6 weeks ago or 8 weeks ago, I was sick. I was feeling like shit, and I went and I got tested, and I'm like talking to the doctor, and the doctor's like, "It sounds like you just have a cold. You know, those still exist, right?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, yep, okay, fair enough."
Yeah.
Well, this show was born out of isolation from, that. So I'm glad that we're able to actually still do it and be safe. And you guys are on the stream today.
Yeah.
The first thing.
Yeah. This is I'd say this is already a pretty successful show, and half the people on the screen right now have COVID.
50-50, right down the middle.
Beautiful. Well, that's actually a perfect transition.
This could be our last show ever.
This could.
No, I'm kidding.
If you could cough
We're
through the
dropping
camera,
like flies.
That would be a game changer if everyone on the stream was like, fucking Phil and Corey gave us COVID over the internet.
That's a new variant.
It's like the Ring variant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man. Well, I think enough COVID talk, right?
Yeah.
I think
Please.
yeah.
Thank you.
I'm glad you guys are safe and that you are
Same.
healthy.
Yeah. Good time to relax.
Yes, and I hope everyone else out there is safe and healthy, and your family's healthy, and
absolutely.
You had good holidays. It was the Thanksgiving. What'd you do, Corey?
I had COVID. I know we just said that we were gonna stop talking about it, but
I know. I'm sorry. I set you up for that.
Holdenators, ho!
Ho! Holdenators rating with a hefty 35 people. Ho! Thank you so much, Holden and the Holdenators. You guys give us a nice little boost every Monday.
Much appreciated.
Much appreciated. Well,
great to see you.
So for all of you who are joining us for the first time or for the last time, this is Art Smackdown. Papa Emeritusi is now following. Thanks, Papa. So Art Smackdown is a game show like Nailed It, but with art. So what happens is 3 artists enter the stream, and one leaves victorious as best artist in the world. Our guest judge, Corey Easley, tonight is going to be giving the art challenges and deciding ultimately who is the best artist in the world for the week. So I guess the first thing we're going to do is we are going to give a 3-minute self-expression challenge. Just, no major competition there. Just, clear the cobwebs, get, warm up the hands, warm up the creative juices. And this is the challenge that Corey has decided you're going to do tonight. This challenge is create a retired pogo stick.
It just doesn't jump, but it used to jump all the time.
Yeah. So fill us in, Corey. Where did the idea of the retired pogo stick come from?
My wife and I are moving, and I started thinking about these items. And one of these items that came to my mind is a pogo stick. This pogo stick ended up in my life a few years back, and I tucked it away in a closet, and occasionally I would bring it out. But it wasn't new. It made noises like it was really rusty and unsafe. The handlebar was barely hanging on it, and I knew I shouldn't be messing with it, but I could never get rid of it. So instead of throwing it out, I kind of just let it hang around for a really long time, and it was just this pogo stick that didn't jump anymore.
Oh, that's such a sad story, man.
It's like a brave little toaster character.
Like Old Yeller, but with metal.
Yeah.
The steel bars and springs.
Yeah, it's like.
Did you ever pogo when you were a kid?
No, I was like an aspirational pogo kind of guy.
So this was your moment.
Yeah, I was too busy doing other things because I was on a skateboard and shit a lot when I was a kid, and I feel like I was only allowed a couple of dangerous toys. You know.
For sure, yeah. What other ones?
I had this skateboard, and it was one of those ones that were shaped like a fish. And I remember I would do this thing where I would kick down the street on it, and I would always fall on my face, like every day, like every single day I would fall on my face.
Oh.
I still kept doing it. I had one of those. That's probably the most dangerous thing. I had a bike that had one training wheel on it for a while.
Sweet.
On one side.
Yes, it's a trick. That's a trick bike.
It's a trick bike, or it's like
those are fun.
you know how to ride a bike.
Yeah. Cute.
Meanwhile, in the chat, DJ Ballistic 33 asked if there was a picture of Holden's left titty meat. I was only too happy to facilitate this.
Dear God.
There you go. There's some titty meat from the side. Enjoy, DJ Ballistics 33.
Holden's left titty meat.
Yes.
I drew that on a bank statement.
That's impressive, Phil.
It's art.
Thanks. Oh yes, thank you.
15 seconds, artists. 15 seconds. Well,
Right,
10,
it wouldn't be a
10 seconds.
Smackdown without some titty meat.
Yeah, you need some titty meat. There has to be just an inkling of horny to smart Smackdown. Just a hint.
And on that note, art supplies down. And please
Corey.
send in your pieces of art to fartsmackdown@gmail.com. That's fartsmackdown with an F. Why? Because Art Smackdown was already taken. I bet you didn't know that, but that's the truth. Sorry.
I heard.
Yeah,
I heard tell.
You're gonna say something, Slaney.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask Corey did you ever do a skip its?
Skip it.
My sister had this skip it, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was purple.
Those are dangerous, dude.
Yo, also
Those are dangerous. You couldn't.
super dangerous.
They're so dangerous.
I fucking love my skip it.
You could use that as a way. You could take it with your hand and whap somebody.
Oh,
just
or just your ankle.
Yeah, I mean that too. Yeah, just as an accident. Do you know who wrote the jingle to Skip It? This is a fun fact. You know them. Brandon Lee Harris's dad.
What?
Well, you know the son of the guy that wrote the jingle. Yeah, he wrote the thing there.
That's great, man. That's really good.
Everyone loves a skip.
We had one. Like I was supporting him, and I didn't even know it.
Same.
Whoa.
You
Wow.
know.
Time travel support.
The things you learn.
Yeah, we had a purple one. It was
Yeah, me too.
Purple, yeah, same.
My foot ended up being too big to go into the.
Yeah, sometimes I would take my shoe off, put it on, and then like put my shoe back on, depending on where I was. Like if I was outside on my deck, I'd just do it barefoot. But yeah, sometimes as you got older, you couldn't fake foot in.
I have this weird, like, if I feel like if I can't really get my foot in, then I definitely won't be able to get it out.
That's fair.
Smart.
You know?
So you never got your head stuck in like a banister when you were a kid, right?
No, I was too cautious.
Good.
I was way too cautious.
Good. But you skateboarded. That always frightened me. I couldn't skateboard.
I
Yeah.
don't have a good center of balance.
Just not having anything to grab onto is what scared me.
Oh yeah. My best friend when I was 7, we both got skateboards like around like Hanukkah, Christmas, and then we like I brought it to his place and we were both gonna like do it at the same time, and like I was like, okay, here we go, and I was like sitting on it and I was like paddling, like I was like oh, we'll start here, and my buddy was like, woo! He was like Bart Simpsoning all the way down, and I was like, this is not for me.
I feel like it's scarier like that.
Yeah.
It was definitely scarier that way.
You're so close to the ground. You know when you're on something and you're close to the ground and you could see how fast the ground is moving?
Yeah.
That's not supposed to be happening.
No.
I know, but then if you fall and you're standing up, then you're more likely to fall and hit the ground far, from a higher distance.
From
If
a
you
fart.
keep moving.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about the velocity of the fart, though.
Why don't we bring in some of the contestants?
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's
Yes,
get
your
going.
fart powered pogo stick.
So first we're gonna bring in the best artist in the world 2 weeks running, off-brand Carmela Soprano.
Yeah, off brand.
We're not
But on
worthy.
target.
Oh, me. Hi.
Hello.
So how have your 2 weeks been as the reigning champion? What have you been doing? What interviews have you been doing and magazine covers?
Well, it's only been 2 weeks. I haven't had the time to celebrate my victories yet. I did laundry today, so that was a celebration of me wanting to have good, clean clothes again, I suppose. So that counts. But I'm excited to be back. Now it's like, I've won twice, not that I'm like hot shit or anything, but now pressure is even more on to keep the streak, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like I have to prove it's not a fluke, right?
Yeah. Have we had three-time audience or
Yeah.
best artist in the world?
We have. We've had Hunter Lang, who is actually coming back as the challenger next week. So,
Oh, boy.
big,
Watch out.
yeah, big competition. I believe Kara Sketches has done it. I believe Crowbot may.
I believe
have
all
done
of
it.
these.
And I want to say Lazy Swan has done it, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I don't think 3, maybe 2.
Yeah, but anyway, let's see what you've got with the with your 3-minute expression.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was thinking, why would our pogo stick be retired besides that it is broken? And my first thought was like, it's water world and there's no more land. So where can you pogo? Your ship village, I assume. I don't know. That was my first thought. And I was like, I don't want to draw water. So I avoided that. But then I was like, pogo sticks, moon shoes, all these little fun toys that were huge in the 90s. Well, pogo sticks obviously had history. But I was also thinking about how my mom had this hutch of like all these nice dishes she wouldn't touch and precious moments, like all of these things just meant to be looked at and not used because they were old or retired so this is your mom's hutch. And I tried to draw a precious moment there, but I was thinking too much about Waterworld and I ran out of time. Nice cup, and then there's the pogo stick right in the center, not to be touched, but maybe to be dusted, maybe to be brought out at Easter, But there we are.
No, this is I could see this in my mom's house.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had in my house growing up, we definitely had like the room that no one was allowed to touch anything in.
Yeah, the frontmost room.
Exactly.
You have to go past it.
You have to
to
go
get
past
to the place where you could touch things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The museum room.
Yeah.
I love how because when I first saw this, I was like, yes, of course, like that, like when things get retired, like either at someone's house or like at like the gym at my high school where it's like this jersey gets retired or like whatever, like they put it in a glass case and they put it like where people can see it, where I think I love that. I also love, and I don't know if this is just because it's like a 3-minute challenge and you drew a lot, but as soon as you were like the precious moments, the over to the left center, it definitely looks like a dick with wings, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
No balls, just wings.
No,
That's retired too.
those are on the shelf above it.
Like you have an interesting couple neighbor, right? Like a very friendly couple, and then you come into their home and they're just like all their sex toys are out on display. And they're like, you wanna hit? How are you? Like that's the vision I get. But no, that was not the intention. I was thinking of my parents who I don't want to
Got it.
push those ideas away.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I know, I love it. I love how you did the glass effect. Like it's so I'll never figure that. Like
Pro tip.
that's very impressive.
Oh yeah, the glass effect is really impressive.
Yeah.
2 lines, but thank
Yeah.
you. In an
So-
angle.
It looks like glass. So
Yeah, like I would
Yeah.
never think to create a glass illusion by creating like streaks that would be on it. That's a pro move. I also I also enjoy that you're wearing your Ziff Davis sweatshirt. I was wearing mine all day today as well.
I got this in the trash.
Really? Oh yeah, yeah.
Nice.
No, but like I said, I kind of did laundry today, so
Yeah.
you know.
Nice.
It's a good
Just wanna
laundry
sleep
sweatshirt.
nice.
It's
That's why
also
I'm-
it's also like the cozy, like one of the coziest sweatshirts I've ever put on. It's like it's so soft.
Cozy.
It's so cozy.
I think they sent us a blanket too. That was like, this is
They did.
really nice.
My cats claimed that blanket immediately. They were like, "This is not for humans." Before we send you back out, any strategy, any like tips that you've learned that you want to
Well, apparently,
bestow?
just gotta draw some more glass because that wowed you.
Yeah.
We are easy. We are so like bing.
What has helped me in the past is adding the story to it, not just one illustration, but just like having that little bit of context. Like if I did that water world thing, I'm sure you guys would have been like, whoa, this is like glass. Wow. Like on the shoulder. But the story element helps me draw like a bigger scene, and it's also just more fun. So I'm gonna try and go with that tonight.
Love it. Well, so excited to have you back and to see what you create. We will see you in a bit.
Yeah.
Best artist in the world.
Woo!
Best artist
Give
in
it
the
up
world.
2 times. Can she make it to 3? This would be an epic matchup.
It would be epic.
Next week.
Oh yeah, because three Peter versus 3 Peter. Speaking of Peters, nope. Peter Parker, Parker Denton. Our
Peter Parker.
We got there.
nailed it.
Peter Parker, that was great.
Hey buddy. Hey Parker
Hey,
Denton.
Spidey.
Parker, I love your little crown.
I think you're
Are you
muted.
muted. Parker, you're muted.
My God.
There
And
you
I
are.
just funniest thing. Whatever. It's gone.
No, that was brilliant. I was reading your lips.
Repeat it. Do it
Hilarious.
again.
No.
Recreate
It's
it.
gone. It's the moment's past.
Here, Parker, I love the crown you're wearing.
Oh, thank you.
Parker, I always appreciate you with like cool props because I remember years ago I was at the bar with you and you had a Freddy Krueger glove on and you tried to have it on the whole time while you were closing your tab and it just wouldn't work. But you did.
That sounds right. I don't
Yes.
remember because I had a good Halloween, I guess.
Well,
Here, Parker, this is your first Art Smackdown.
This is my first art Smackdown.
Oh boy, this
My
is fun.
picture's too big. Wow. Okay. I'll remember that.
Nice. Aw,
Amazing.
This is
very
great.
Looney Tunes. It's very like
Yeah.
Tableau before the cartoon.
yes.
Okay.
Love it.
The last spring.
And the
So-
lights outside, like the leaves.
It's like everything's dying.
Yeah.
It's like on Golden Pond.
Yeah.
With pogo sticks.
That was my first thought. What retired pogo stick? My immediate thought was like retired vaudevillian, right? Like show pogo stick, and then in a retirement home, can't pogo anymore. As you can see, the spring is very flaccid, and
Yeah.
so he's in a wheelchair. And I put the window there, right, to create some sort of like sense of time, right? And then last spring.
Yeah, it's got a big flop to it.
Yeah.
I thought the window was kind of cool because it's like just looking out at the world, passing it by. And it used to be a part of that world. But I didn't think sense of time because I feel like I just didn't think that.
Yeah, the final season.
But now,
But-
What has spring?
The,
Get out of here.
when I first read it, I read it as Last Spring PD, as in like Last Spring Police Department
Coming this fall on Last Spring PD.
to CBS.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
That thing hanging off the bottom looks like a little shuttlecock.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of peace signs too, the wheelchairs.
Yeah.
He's a vet. He's a Vietnam vet. That pogo's seen war.
I will say I cheated a little bit. It's not. Okay, I will say I cheated a little bit. It's not in the drawing, but I did add a little bit more to the drawing. I capped off the top there, and then I tried to add. I don't think you can see it. There's a little fart cloud. I decided to add a little fart cloud. I don't know if that's going to affect your judgment.
These aren't judged. These are just warm-ups.
I just
We're
really
all
like
judging.
this. I like the story of it. It's got a great tiny snapshot quality to it that works.
Vignette.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love a good play on words.
Absolutely. So
I'm a huge fan of the New Yorker. I'll never be good enough to be in the New Yorker cartoon.
That should be. That could easily be in the New Yorker.
Yeah,
That
You
should
should submit that.
Funny, you're right. Yeah.
No, you should submit that.
It's got
I have
this
confidence.
phone cord kind of situation,
Oh.
which that's my favorite part of the whole thing. You know,
Yeah.
big
I feel
fluff.
very vulnerable right now, so thank you.
Well, just wait for the masterpiece.
Oh yeah. So Parker, this is your first time on the show.
Yeah.
What sort of like what medium are you planning to work in? What are your concerns? What are you feeling right now? Tell us everything.
So I'm feeling excited, for sure. Because I don't, in terms of like medium, like I have been thinking about this, like I'll probably start with sketching, right? But then I do want to get into the multimedia. I got some Post-it notes. I got some highlighters here. I'm feeling I definitely have a glue stick somewhere around here. It's reachable. So I wanna get into it. Because my training is in performance art, and I don't know if that's allowed in this competition. So I'll say
It's not
Yeah.
not allowed. It is very allowed, and I'm very into. Speaking for myself, I feel like let's get into it. Jen Clark did some really fun
Bring it.
big performance-y big visual stuff. So very very much would love to see a little bit more of that if the mood strikes you.
yeah. I don't know what the prompt is. I'm gonna let the prompt and the art be.
Yes, let it be your guide.
Yeah.
Love it.
organic.
It's certainly exciting that that's your go-to is you'll explore what comes with whatever the suggestion is. That's a good mindset.
Yeah.
that is good.
I have an open mind here. So
Well,
Good luck.
And you're creative. You've got a
Yeah.
good eye.
oh yeah. I'm not concerned. Whoa!
Would that be great if you brought a guest on and you were like, "I'm really concerned. You're terrible at art. Let's see if you can work it out."
Yeah, you've got one chance. Don't blow it.
we once had someone come on and not do art, and that was their art.
Love it. Protest art.
Yeah. We have yet to someone just do magic the entire time instead of do art. Just insist on doing tricks and bits and not do art at all.
Amazing.
That's a fantasy of mine. Well, Parker, we're gonna send you back out, and we'll see you in a bit.
Yeah. See you later, Parker.
First Smackdown.
And now for the audience champion, y'all know him in the chat as Schwarzenmerk. It's Schwarzenmerk.
Schwartz and Matt.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up? How are
Up,
you?
Schwartz?
Not too bad, not too bad. Just I finished the day of work and started. I think I told you about it. My new little podcasty doodling, but that's about it. Nothing new after that.
Hell yeah! And what's the hat you're wearing?
Oh, it's my hail yourself.
Hell yeah!
Hail yeah. Yeah, I got this when I went to Colorado to meet up with a bunch of friends and go to the last podcast at Red Rocks. That was a really awesome show.
Oh no shit!
Sweet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew that you were there. That's awesome. I just saw what they did on Instagram, but that was that.
Yeah.
I heard it was a great show.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fantastic. They had pyrotechnics and everything.
Insane.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, take us through your self-expression.
All right. Well, I got a very dilapidated floppy pogo stick. As you can see, it still wants to live out its youth with the little colorful streamers on the side, but its handles and its pedals are just hanging a little low. It also has a case of what Audio Gabriel calls the what is it? Floppy dick syndrome. And of course, it wouldn't be complete without the bottom of it being a tennis ball instead of a regular stopper. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
that
touch.
the vibrant colors.
Yeah.
Love the glasses. Love the
Yeah,
streamers.
That's good stuff. I especially love the tennis ball.
Yeah.
I love seeing this dimension of the aging of an object because it really looks like it's getting old and gnarly as it advances.
Yeah.
Like the pogo stick needs a walker.
Yeah.
I was gonna give it a walker, and then I decided that instead its stick needed the tennis ball instead.
Smart. I like it.
Yeah, poor little grandpa pogo.
Right? And those glasses are just hanging on by a thread.
Yeah. Well, he can't put them on right. He's a little bit out of it.
Yeah.
And I always love your use of
man.
color. It's always just so like aesthetically pleasing to look at.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you.
color is really what stands out the most to me.
It's funny because I consider my coloring to be the worst thing about my art.
Really? Oh, I love it.
No, he's
Yeah.
like a hot rod. He was a hot rod at one point, and like
Now he's just a floppy
Like-
rod.
Hot Rod.
Flop rod. Yeah.
Do you think he still calls himself Hot Rod? I'm Hot Rod.
Oh hell yeah! And he probably
For
has
sure.
like a like I don't know, probably the best fucking car, like a really really nice like brand new. I don't know. Let's go with I don't even know like Stingray. We'll go with Stingray.
Nice.
So is the
yeah,
little white
nice.
bit supposed to be his mouth?
No, it's just a little bit of shine.
Oh, nice.
Little
Because it
glare.
looks like it should have a cigarette hanging from it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's got a little side.
It does kind of look like he's just a little bit like
Audio Gabriel in the chat said this could be a still image of him launching up into the air. The G-force is pulling him down as he ascends to the sun.
because of how powerful he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
He
love
looks
it.
very strong.
Yeah.
Well, like Icarus, he gets a little too close to the sun and melts. Yeah.
It's always I'm always happy to see a pogo stick well worn rather than just in mint condition because it means it's been used and
It
it's
had
like had a
Right.
life.
Happy to see one, not happy to use one. I mean, at that
Oh.
point.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. You
Grandpappy
want a floppy
Pogo.
pogo.
He's been around.
I never mentioned this, but the pogo stick that I was originally thinking about was red.
Ah.
Whoa.
Oh, wavelengths.
That's that 5G telepathy that happens once you get COVID.
Oh, I got
Right.
two different versions of 5G. I got Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer. So I have all the.
Conglomerated.
That's
Right,
right.
You got a master's degree and
I got the Frankenstein of shots.
nice.
So you're a veteran of these of this here Art Smackdown. So what's your strategy going into this one?
My strategy is to be as wacky as I can, and well, that's pretty much it. Be as wacky as I can, and you know, peddle my art wares, and
There you go.
hopefully not fail.
That's true. Well, we all hope to not fail.
No one fails on Art Smackdown.
No one fails on Art Smackdown.
That's the truth.
Wow.
You really kind of can't. It's
We won't allow it.
Yeah. So don't fuck it up.
Okay, I won't. Jeez, man.
I would like to see somebody try to fail so bad, but then somehow over deliver. You know?
Person would win 100%.
Yeah, you gotta not want it, right? Isn't that
Yeah.
how everything comes to you in life?
By not wanting
Exactly. Harrison Ford. He looks like he doesn't want anything, and he has so much.
He definitely wants you to get off his plane.
Yeah, so he could crash it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We can put it in a museum. Well, Schwarzenberg, as always, it's a fucking lovely to have you on the show, and can't wait to see what you pull through in the masterpiece.
Thank you.
See you in a bit.
Yeah,
All right. So on that note,
we should get to it.
let's get to it. Let's, as Life is Nice says, let's get that paper. Time for the 20-minute masterpiece
Nice.
challenge. The masterpiece challenge, commissioned by Corey Easley, is: what happens to all the stuff that gets left behind during a move?
What happens?
Oh, wow,
What do you do?
What happens to it? And
that's
you
a
have 20
dystopian
minutes,
question.
right? So,
That's deep.
so before we get into that, actually, we realize we haven't really officially told the audience who you are, Corey. So, Corey, I mean, you're a comedian in New York. You have a podcast. First of all, yeah, what's your podcast? Tell us all about it.
I do a podcast every week. It's called Corey Has a Podcast. And it's, I kind of go on and I basically am opening up my head and letting you know what's going on in there. But over the summer, after we got out of lockdown and shit last year, I finally kind of built up the courage to start doing stand-up. So I went and was hitting a couple of mics here and there. And I really found that, like, doing a podcast where I talk for 20 minutes by myself every week is just kind of almost the same thing, except, like, so it's fun and you get to be honest. I feel like comedians are kind of just philosophers, right? And you could either love what they say or hate what they say, but, like, regardless, it might not even necessarily be an opinion that about something that you care about for a long time, but it's just nice to be able to just get your shit out, and it's kind of just really cathartic anyway, but yeah, I do this podcast and it's a lot of fun. It's on every platform that you could find podcasts. It's really easy to find. It's just called Corey Has a Podcast, and I'm a part of a sketch comedy group called Beverly, and we've been doing monthly shows at the Asylum NYC for the past couple of months. This group was put together by fellow comedian and brilliant mind Gary DeNoia. So I don't know if he's watching right now, but
Gary's been on the show a few times.
yeah, DeNoia is great. One of the best, like, I'm gonna put this group together and I look out for everybody kind of guys. He's got a big heart and he really cares, and he's a genius. He's so fucking funny. So yeah, I get to work with him now on a regular basis, and we get to have a lot of fun. Like, somebody in the group said it's kind of cool that we're all just in our 30s and we get to act like a bunch of kids on stage. And I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, I love everyone in that group is hilarious. You, Templeton, Julia
God.
J. Duffy.
Yeah. Shout out to the
Yeah, man.
I feel super lucky that I get to share a stage with those people. Like, there's a couple other people in the cast, like Teresa Moriarty. She's a stand-up comic. She's fucking hilarious. Jesse Dorfman, he's fucking hilarious. Brooks. That's it. That's the whole cast. There's actually a small group, so it's not everybody gets to like have their moments to shine too. So it's really fun. So if you're around, actually our next show is December 15th, December 20th, 5 days before Christmas. It's December 20th. Yeah.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah, I saw your first show there. It was great.
Thank you.
I love all you guys. A lot of you guys are old school alums, so it was nice to see you all play together.
That was really cool. Yeah, it was great to see you there. Karaoke queen.
Eventually, yeah.
Which that's what you ascend to, after a while.
After
What-
watching Beverly.
What's
Yes.
your go-to karaoke song, Slaney?
Oh gosh, this was last week. White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane.
Okay,
Nice.
that's fair. What
Yeah.
about you, Mark? What's your go-to karaoke song?
My go-to karaoke song is it's either That's Life, Sinatra,
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
or I just dropped in to see what my condition just dropped in to see what my condition is in by Kenny Rogers.
Nice.
Um,
Lebowski swag.
exactly, big time Lebowski swag.
That's good
Nice,
stuff.
nice. What about you, Phil?
Lately I've been doing Common People, but the song by Pulp, but as done by William Shatner, because there's a version of it where it's a little bit faster and you kind of talk through it until you have to sing, and I kind of like that version better than the original as a means to sing. And then also any kind of Bowie. I've retired Young Americans because I sang it too much, and now I'm moving on to I think Modern Love may be my go-to now.
Mm,
Dig it.
That's crazy. How do you know
How about
when
you,
it's
Corey?
time to retire? Me?
right? When's it?
Probably one I should retire now. Actually, after listening.
I mean, I sang it for 6 years. Too long.
I mean, I'm the worst. Like, if I do karaoke somewhere, I'm typically there for a while, and I feel like as people are filtering in and out, if I do a song, which is one of my go-tos, which I'll say in a second, I have to do it. Everybody who's here now gets to see it. People start leaving, and then new people come in, and I have to do it again because they didn't get to see it.
An encore performance.
So if you happen to still be there, you catch it multiple times.
Perfect.
But my go-to karaoke song is Butterfly, Crazy Town.
Nice.
Nice.
Wait, baby, I'm a sugar,
Oh, I
baby.
made
Is
it.
that right?
Come
Yo,
on.
butterfly, sugar. Oh yeah.
People
Come on,
always
lady.
like, yo, it's so
Come
it's so
on,
impressive that you don't even look at the words on the screen. And I'm like, yeah, because I've done this too many times.
That's why it's your it has to be. That's why I like the song White Rabbit, because when I was growing up, driving around in my hometown, I would just scream that at the top of my lungs, in my car with my friend, and that and You're So Vain, but I couldn't do You're So
love
Vain as
that
karaoke anymore because of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
How did it
That
just
movie.
ruin?
They ruined
You're So
it.
Vain?
It ruined
Yeah.
it for
One
me.
of my favorite songs, Carly Simon, right?
Yeah,
I
so
love that.
good.
Actually,
Right.
I had one of my biggest.
It's about Warren Beatty.
It's about
Is it about Warren
What?
Beatty or is it
I
about?
thought it was about Mick Jagger.
Or,
No, it's about Warren Beatty.
No, yeah, Warren Beatty.
You're so vain?
Yeah.
Oh.
you heard it here first, folks, or at least Phil.
Maybe both of them.
Hey,
Could
could
be.
be, could be. I Believe in a Thing Called Love by Life is Nice says.
Oh yeah.
That's there.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Right.
You gotta be willing to hit that note. That's a real high
Yeah,
note.
it really is. If you can hit the high note. I actually had one of my biggest rock star moments. I was at Down the Hatch on Houston in New York City.
Oh yeah.
And every Sunday they did karaoke, and I did American Pie
Nice.
by John McLean, and I did it and fucking, it was one of those, like, everybody was watching me do it. Like I was I was hammered too. Like I was like they came to see me do it.
Oh,
You know?
like finally, Corey's getting on stage to do.
It's
American
it's
Pie.
karaoke.
And I've never been afraid. Oh man,
You should host. You should host a
love
karaoke night.
hosting
Call it karaoke.
Karaoke.
Saw a really fun version of St. Elmo's Fire that made me want to bust that one out. But it was just this guy being real bitterly singing it because it was like, it's kind of like the most 80s Reaganomics theme song of a movie that's ever been. So
you ever like hear a song somewhere? Like you could be in Target and you hear and you're like, man, this would be great. If
I write it down.
yeah,
I write it down. I have a list. Yeah. But then I go back and I'm like, I can't remember the first verse. I know I could kill the chorus, but I do not remember how to get into it. So then you're like, then you're struggling from the top, and then
that's my issue with the Moulin Rouge version of your song, because he hits the high note immediately and then goes into it, and so like you have to be so present because there's no real count off with that in the karaoke. You have to like know the note.
I love that you know this.
Well, they have like abbreviated versions of the song sometimes too.
Yeah. Sometimes there's like a count off, like a
just sing
8-bit chirping.
Yeah.
Here's a fun karaoke hack. You can do a duet with someone if you play "Smells Like Teen Spirit." Someone can sing that and also "Never Gonna Give You Up" on the other side, because they have the same like verse. It's the same structure.
Whoa.
Cool. Are they? And they're in the same key?
Yeah. I watched a dude do that one time. I was like,
oh, that's neat.
That's incredible. Oh,
ooh, goals.
We're at 10 minutes.
Karaoke goals.
Time to compromise your vision. Gotta
Quit
bring
talking
out
karaoke.
the color wheel of compromise. And here the wheel spins. Where it lands, we'll find out in a second.
oh boy.
I don't see it.
Turn it
Yeah,
into
let's
a
see.
rave.
Nice.
Turn it into a rave.
Nice.
So before we continue talking about karaoke, Corey, can you give it a little bit of more context of why we're doing this art challenge? What happens to all the stuff that gets behind during a move? I know you gave a little bit of context before about the pogo stick, but like, what other stuff was left behind?
Excuse me. I've been trying to clean up my life. So there's shit that you assign sentimental value to that you just end up going, I don't actually need this, right? Stuff that's just not gonna fit. I have gotten rid of books that I'm never gonna actually read, but we're like, so also back it up. Me and my wife are moving at the moment. And we're pretty much fully moved into the new apartment. But yeah, there's just shit that, you move into a New York City apartment, your storage is not, you don't have like massive amounts of storage and places to just hide and put shit away. So what are you gonna do? You gotta leave it behind. So we've gotten rid of our old couch, and you kind of got to start parting ways with it. So you start telling yourself the couch is a piece of shit, even though you've laid on that couch for hours, for months, years even, you just kind of got to just like slowly start becoming detached from certain things.
Yeah, like the end of Harry and the Hendersons when he's like, "Go,
Yes.
Harry, get out of here!"
Yeah. Like my wife was like, well, are you gonna miss the apartment a little bit? I'm like, no, fuck this place, and I have to do that because I don't want to get emotional about it.
Right,
Yeah,
now
it
I
sucks.
know.
You
Don't
gotta-
cross you or else you'll.
Fuck this
Don't,
place.
please, Corey, don't ever treat me like your apartment.
Well, you just it just makes it easier
For sure.
to part ways with it, So
Yeah.
I kind of was just and Mark and I had a conversation about the movie Toy Story, which essentially is just kind of about a family who's moving, and these toys don't even really get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The kid's just trying not to lose his shit, and they're moving into another house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Yeah.
overreact for sure.
You know what I mean? That's what the movie's about.
Yeah. Fear.
It's about
Yep.
fear of
Fear of
change.
Yeah.
You know?
Fear.
Andy's got his sister's getting big now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he
So
was.
she's gonna have boyfriends.
Yeah, he's got to share his toys.
You know?
An evil kid next door who likes to experiment on toys.
Blow him up.
Him and Andy could have been friends, but it just never worked.
But also, that kid is broken because he saw those toys. He saw those toys come back to life. He's the only one who knows the secret, and we never hear from Sid again.
Or Sid grows up to be like a surgeon or some shit because he just has been working on it his whole life. And
Steady
Andy
hands.
Andy's 35 and lives on his mom's fucking couch because she just coddled him his whole life.
Always bought him more
Exactly.
toys. He's just surrounded by toys.
Surrounded by, oh my god, dude, we found it. He's just one of those fucking toy nerds that like does YouTube videos complaining about corporate toy brands.
That's it.
He's like,
Well,
you know,
that's kind of like the guy in Toy Story 2, right? With the collector,
yeah.
like of all the Woody paraphernalia or whatever.
Woody's
Oh, yeah.
friends.
That's Andy grown up.
That is
He's
Andy.
just a
Turner.
bitter, nostalgia addicted nerd who complains about He-Man on YouTube.
At best, he's Steve Carell in the 40-year-old
Right.
version.
At best.
At best.
Which means he's monetizing it enough, you know, like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Steve Carell had a bunch of toys.
He's had toys.
Yeah, he sells them for like over 100 grand, whatever it is.
yeah, he makes a and the funny thing is a lot of those not that expensive. Not that expensive.
No, you don't make a lot of money off the shit. You don't.
You
For
know.
some reason, when you're a kid, you think everything is gonna be worth like 10 grand a piece.
Yeah, Beanie Babies.
You know, you're like
Yeah,
this
you're not-
Furby. This Furby is gonna be. I'm gonna be able to sell this Furby for $8,000.
Yeah, okay, Kyle. Not
Corey,
happening.
was there ever like a toy in your life that you would happily leave in a move? Like, were you ever
that's a good
haunted
question.
by something that you would love to just leave behind?
That is a good question.
I know that's a hard.
Think
That's
about
hard to
that.
go back
Think about that
on.
for a second,
Mm.
and I'm
Yeah.
going to bring in some of the audience, the two audience submissions for the self-expression for the pogo stick. So this one is from Life is Nice.
See what we got.
Here we go. Hold on. There we go.
I love when it's zoomed out, where it's like just a big picture and we get to see it get smaller.
Yeah,
Right.
you can see like
The
sort of take shape.
reveal, the anticipation. Oh yes, palm
There it is.
trees,
Oh,
Yes,
true.
relaxing. Look at that.
palm trees and pogo sticks.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it has like a little bathing suit on and sunglasses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
got
see
a real shag tiki sort of deal going on.
I'm getting resort vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Left said, that's a retired pogo stick chilling. Yeah, man. Yeah, I love.
Nice.
Yeah, I love the little sand shovel. Oh no, wait. Unless that's the bottom part of the pogo stick and it's like detached, that like he's basically taking his pants off.
Ah.
Oh yeah, he's just resting him near his bed, or near his.
It took off its riding
Spider.
part because those days are over. Duh, that's really clever. Nice work. Life is nice.
Yeah, that's
Very
great.
nice.
Very nice. And then lastly, but not least, is Audio Gabriel.
All right.
Ah.
All right. Right.
Nice. I like that too. I love the different stories that can be told in 3 minutes. That's why I dig when we get to do the 3-minute challenge, because you get to do just like the tiniest snippet.
Yeah.
And each of them have a very unique one, especially this one. This is just relaxing on the couch after a long day of fucking hopping.
Yeah, I love the perspective.
Me
Very
too.
fun.
Yeah.
I like the ottoman situation.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to lay out if you got those, got sore legs.
Yeah, and if you've really figured out your retirement, like you're not gonna be like lying sideways on the couch and like looking at the TV like this. Like you're gonna set it up so that you just like straight up keep that back alignment.
Mhm.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
1 minute and 15 seconds, artists. 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Rock and roll.
I'm getting really excited.
Or I could also say, was there a toy or something that you could never leave behind?
You know
So
what's funny?
that on either of those
I had a
ends of the
I had
spectrum.
a toy that I ended up losing. I don't know what happened to it, and it makes me a little angry, honestly, because I feel like my mom lied about what happened to this toy.
Ooh.
And I had this major Chip Hazard from the movie Small Soldier,
Oh, Small Soldiers, yeah.
Cool.
and it was like legit. Like he talked with the Tommy Lee Jones,
Oh.
fully posable, big, like it was legit. And I'm like a real
So
detail.
legit he ran away.
Probably became, yeah. That's the only explanation, right? That's probably
He went to war.
I love that movie. You know, I don't know what happened to that kid. I think Kirsten Dunst was in that movie.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you're right. Oh,
Wouldn't it be
5
adorable
seconds,
if
audience.
your mom
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Art supplies down. Send
Wouldn't
all
it
of your
be
pieces of art
adorable?
to Fart Smackdown.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I gave a really weird pause in between there, so yeah, I don't
We'll
believe.
do a podcast about it, Slaney.
All right. Go ahead, Slaney.
Oh, I was just gonna say, wouldn't it have been so cute if like your mom watched the movie and then like wanted to create a magical experience for you and like was like, okay, if he doesn't know where it is, then it's as if it was real and it really came to life, and
That would have
Indian in the cupboard kind of thing.
that would have been cool, but also
Right?
I would have still been equally as upset about it.
Right? You're still like, but you hid my toy.
I have a special connection also with Tommy Lee Jones.
You do?
Yeah, I feel like he's just been around forever, and we share a birthday.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
So are you a space cowboy?
I'm gonna say yes. Doesn't he have such a distinct voice? Like if you heard
Yes,
him, you would know it
for
was
sure.
him. If you were looking this way and you heard Tommy Lee Jones talking over there, you would know it was him.
Yeah.
That's what it
I
sounded
think he
like.
helped. That was it, Phil. Great impression. That was totally it. I think Men in Black really gave us those little earworms
Yeah.
of his voice.
Yeah.
Like when he's trying to talk all hip, like, oh, I don't know how to
Or like-
talk with it.
When he's in Batman Forever, when he's just those off Joker
Oh my
or off
God.
Joker. He's kind of
Harvey-
off-brand Joker. Those Two-Face lines are like, "That stubborn refusal to expire is driving us insane."
Yeah.
He's just so
Hot
cartoony.
take. Hot take. I think he was a way better Harvey Dent than who's the guy? Who's the fucking
Oh, Aaron Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart. I don't.
He would have been a terrific actual Harvey Dent if they gave us something, just a
Yeah.
moment of Harvey.
We just didn't need Harvey Dent. That was the thing. We
Yeah,
didn't
no.
need Harvey Dent.
It was just like they did the overstuffing, which is just a popular trend in superhero movies. Just put enough, put too many
Yeah.
elements in there.
We came here for Heath Ledger. Why is Aaron Eckhart even here?
Exactly.
Yeah. Forgettable.
It's kind of a vanilla wafer.
Not gonna say no offense.
Bless you.
I don't care for him.
No.
I think I can tell. Well, you would leave
Yeah.
Corey Eckhart behind Aaron Eckhart
Corey
behind in
Eckhart.
Corey Eckhart.
That's your punishment.
You would leave.
You
You have to
carry
take
the
his last
dynasty
name.
of the
I'd be
Eckhart.
like, yeah, sit on that couch, and I'll be right.
Let's check out some art, folks.
Yes.
We're gonna go backwards. We're gonna start where we left off last time with Schwartz and Merck.
Woo.
Oh, again.
Hello. How
I'm Batman.
how was this one for you?
This was I actually decided part of the way through to make a comic, and then well,
Nice.
it makes
Cool.
its way. It was fun. I it's challenging to make a comic within 20 minutes, let alone write and color and all that other stuff. But it was fun.
Good colors. I like the
Oh.
green and the orange and the. Let's go from top to bottom here. Let's investigate.
Well, the story is called The Naive Little Toaster.
Oh.
He believes that his master is coming back for them. The Nintendo, he doesn't think so. And as you can see, his one of his friends doesn't believe so either. And well, you can see where the story leads them. But yeah, I just sometimes you have just regular items that are looking for their masters. And then there's some other items that you're like, well, if all these other items are after you, if you have your toaster, your vacuum, your lamp, your toys, if those are all coming for you, well, guess what else is coming for you? Something that would probably be much more attached to you.
That glow dick looks so dumb.
It's been used quite a bit.
Yeah. It's got a table mount still though.
It didn't always glow in the dark.
That's so funny.
Like the fist nature of the flop.
Yes.
How it goes kind of back like a Santa hat. Like it's
Just,
got,
just can the glow dick be salvaged?
I mean,
By
if
the
it can
next
find its way
people.
home, someone will use it.
someone will use it.
People have dishwashers.
Great use of objects, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
I could-
Very fun combo.
and reveal. Like I love how it's like the way I read it is like that, like you think it's a dick and then oh no, it's actually like a NASA spaceship. But also then there's a glow in the dark dick.
Big reveal.
Yeah.
I totally understand why the toaster got left behind, because it's only a 2-bread toaster and not a 4-bread toaster.
Yeah, it's not a toaster oven or even an air fryer.
The Nintendo, I would save.
Yeah. But that Nintendo, that's like the taking the place of the furnace in the Brave Little Toaster.
Yeah.
That kills itself.
The little lamp.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Oh no, the
I forgot about that.
Kills itself in the Brave Little Toaster.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that. That is dark.
Oh.
It's real dark.
Dark.
The reveal on this rocket is really fucking brilliant.
I just can't get over
Yeah.
how dumb the dick looks. He looks so lost.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, why would you need that dick when you have that rocket?
Well,
That's got
different consistencies, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's also got a point. I don't know.
Yeah.
That could hurt. I don't know.
Depends on the night.
I feel like if you had the dick and the dick looks like that, you probably have graduated to the rocket.
Yeah. You're going to space.
Gotta blast off somehow.
Right? I love this, like the fact that it's a rave, it really helps it be a silhouette, and the reveal just makes it perfect.
Yeah, it actually kind of worked out. It was a weird, perfect storm.
Yeah. Really fun.
Oh, this is so great.
He's got like a black eye. The toaster. He's like just got in a fight.
Got a lot of character.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always beaten up. He's been around.
Very fun.
Thank you.
I love how like the Nintendo is the most timid, like in the two images that he's in, it's just like he's just kind of like yeah.
Think about how many times we've slapped a Nintendo. That thing's traumatized.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
You ever
true.
bang the back of a Nintendo?
Blown
a bunch of
into
times,
it.
it's blowing. You blow on it, you go in. It's like, what's going on, Mom? You know, like
Yeah, you like turn it upside down and shake it.
yeah. Yeah, like that thing, that poor fella. Yeah, he's got a lot of trauma he's still processing.
The rocket's ready to go on adventure, and the other one's just a little bit too worse for wear.
So Corey, do you have any questions for Schwartz and Merck or?
Okay, so the rocket is determined. I could see that. So the glow dick is his sidekick?
Yeah, Glowdick is his friend. Like they feel like there's a connection between the two of them. It's more of like a you have your the brains of the outfit, and then you have your muscle, and the brains is definitely the rocket. I guess that makes the dick the muscle.
Why did you say? Oh, that's great. That's great, and I love this.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, yeah, we're gonna send you back, and then we'll bring you back. We're back in a few minutes.
Perfect.
Oh man. All right. Next up is Parker Denton, our challenger.
Ooh.
How is this for you, Parker?
Very stressful.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I might have become a little bit more ambitious than I should have been.
Okay.
But I
That's
answered
great.
the question.
What was the question?
I did, by the way. There we go.
Ooh.
Like the light in there. There's a.
Wow.
It is like a diorama.
Yeah, that's a real light. So I started by taking a piece of paper, okay, coloring it black, poking holes in it, right? Shining a light from the other side.
Nice.
Super simple star curtain. You can make it home. And then I cut out. Basically went with like a paper theater idea.
Love it.
All I kind of got done was the set, and made my earth with the stand. Okay, and this is what I was most excited about. The planet where the objects go. Okay. I did it with this little like stick pin, and I stuck it in the back so that it creates depth. Right. And if I had had a little bit more time, one thing I would say is I would have poked a hole. I put it all in a shoebox. I would have poked a hole in the shoebox, then been able to shut it.
Oh,
that would have
nice.
added to the effect. I didn't realize what I was doing. I was just kind of like going for it.
Yeah.
It called time, and I was sitting here. I was like, "Oh, that's what I was doing." So, great challenge. I learned a lot.
So it's a Earth. You're Mars. That's where everything goes.
Yeah, sure, Mars. I was thinking just like a fictional planet, but you're right. It's a red planet. It's Mars.
I thought Mars. I got Mars from that.
So we are leaving Earth behind when we go move to Mars, is what you're saying.
I really appreciate the depth on this.
Yeah, there's a lot of depth.
I feel
And
like, yeah.
yeah, the stars, are they the rave or?
Yeah, the rave. When y'all said rave, I was like, this works.
Space is one giant rave. There's so many weird lights. There's a lot of darkness, and
Yeah.
it's the repetitive droningness of the life support engine can be, maybe there's a beat in there.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
I'm legit impressed with the depth that you've created in a just straight on picture.
Yeah.
I do I do think that the perspective and the depth that you've created and yeah, I dig it. I think it's awesome.
Thank you.
I agree, and a lovely colored Earth and
Yeah.
constructed and also Mars. I love all the
It's a very clean Earth. Like the
great
ocean
use.
looks clean.
Yeah,
The
Yeah,
ocean looks-
looking good, Earth.
I know. Why are we leaving it?
Because we're too
Bigger,
rich.
bigger and better things. Yeah, right. Yeah, we gotta get that that penthouse apartment up there in the sky. Right?
Yeah, gotta get higher and higher. Tower of
That's
Babel
what
style.
Mars is. It's a penthouse apartment in the sky.
So we're leaving Earth. We're not going to Earth. We're leaving it.
Yeah, we're leaving Earth to go anywhere else.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Cool.
And I also want to point out my medium of highlighter and magic marker.
Yes.
Just
You're
like
an artist.
I'm wearing.
You've done it.
Yep. That's the sign of an artist.
Crazy. Sorry, Slaney.
Oh, I was just saying that's the sign of an artist.
Yeah.
I thought that was a tattoo.
It's an artistic tattoo. Whatever you- It's very dada. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Parker.
Thank you.
Well, cool. Well, we're gonna send you away, and then we're gonna bring you back in a few minutes with everyone else, and Corey will ask any final questions that he has before he makes a decision.
I love the little piece of light. I didn't say enough about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that shine
yeah,
of the from the lantern is great.
that is really
Yeah,
cool.
that's great.
Cool. Well, yeah, we'll see you in a few minutes, Parker. And last but not least, the best artist in the world, off-brand Carmela Soprano, coming in hot with this lovely piece of what looks
Okay.
like a solo rave.
So when you said what happens to all this stuff, when I was moving out of my last apartment, there was just this guy in the hall, and the kind of person you only see when he wants you to see him, kind of deal. My roommate at the time was throwing out some furniture because she was leaving as soon as possible because she hated me. He would just be like, "What are you doing with that? What are you doing with that?" Like it beforehand had become a thing. If we were putting something on the curb, we'd let him know hey, we're getting rid of this, and he was like, "All right." So one day I picked up a package for him from him. I had moved out. A package had still been sent there. And he called me, he was like, "Hey, I got this package." And I was like, "Okay, oh, thanks so much. I'll come over." I finally saw inside the house. It was like a thrift store, Goodwill meets the antique shop on the corner that's definitely haunted. Just everything filled with all this stuff that was just definitely just thrown away. And when I was moving too, I was getting rid of my bed, and he's like the bed's on the curb, and he's like, "What size is that?" And I was like, "It's a full." So just an interesting character. So sorry, that long spiel to say, it definitely, whatever you leave behind goes to your weird neighbor across the hall. Yeah.
That's hoarding, right? That's what being a hoarder is.
Or is it being thrifty and resourceful?
If you get rid of it, but if you keep it, then you're hoarding.
Yeah, and I just figured, this is where their DIY rave is with the full. It's not a Jamiroquai hat, but it's like that Cat in the Hat hat,
Cat in the hat, for sure.
Yeah, that's the name. So I figured that theirs is a wonderland of very cheap finds and very good times.
Dragon a tutu.
And a disco ball.
There's a disco ball.
Hell yeah.
Love that.
I love how you made it look like it was nighttime. Like it was like the lights are.
Yeah, the colors
like
are real.
Yeah, it's very
nice
cool.
And low somehow.
I like that it's like a shadowy figure in the hallway. Taking it. You know, it reminds me of this old episode of Doug where they were trying to figure something out and they were like, a shadowy figure. They start chasing after the shadowy figure. Which the use of the shadowy figure as like a red herring in a mystery. I like that. Christmas tree. It's the holidays.
Happy holidays, gang.
What's the significance of the tutu?
Well, like a rave, like, you know, with the girls in tutus and like the leggings and the Cat in the Hat hats and or the Jamiroquai hat, whatever, pick your poison kind of deal.
I love the idea of raving while you're like packing up all your belongings and stuff.
Either you get a lot done or you get nothing done.
It's kind of the perfect time to have a rave in your apartment because like everything's away, so you can just kind of make a mess, and not worry about it, you know. Or like during while there's when I was in college, we had an apartment above us that was empty for like most of the year, and we would just host huge parties in it, like so everybody would come over to our apartment, but we would party up in the empty apartment, and then you know it'd just be a mess and whatever, we'd mop it up, but it wasn't, at least it wasn't our stuff.
We did it with the unoccupied apartment. We did one time we had a Festivus party and we had a feats of strength in the empty apartment. It was a street fight. We were just having unsanctioned street fights in this empty, next to a metal pole.
Ooh.
Did the disco ball come before or after the compromise?
It came after the compromise. I'm sorry, I was muted because my dog is upset that she's not in the room with me. The disco ball came after the compromise, although I should have known better to put it before, because what else would this person have? The person being my neighbor from a few years ago.
Sure.
Sweet.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I would want to move with a disco ball. I think I'd bring it. I'd take the risk.
I love the clutter. I love the there's a sense of shape as it like kind of like bends out. Like those two tables kind of like add to like all in the front kind of add to this sort of disheveledness to packing, which I feel, having just moved, I feel all too familiar with.
Oh yeah.
Well, off-brand Mel Soprano. This is an awesome. We're gonna bring all the artists back in, and Corey, this is your opportunity to ask any questions you may have for the artists. I will put them all with their art.
Okay. So my question to contestant number 3. No, my question is to each of you. Have any of you had a recent experience where you've had to part ways with something that was important to you at some point? And did you have that in mind when you were thinking about stuff that got left behind in a move?
Yeah. So I had multiple phases of moving in the last couple of years. A lot of it was due to a passing of somebody, and we had to downsize a lot of stuff, and I had to move multiple times in order to get a place of my own, because I had already had a place, but I moved a bunch of times. I'll try and consolidate this whole story as far down as I possibly can. But at the end of the day, I knew what was important to me, and I had to say to myself that things, like it wasn't a specific item, but there's a lot of things that I just go, this is just stuff. It may have belonged to whoever, but there's a lot of things here that are just stuff. There's things that are important, and I'm going to remember this, and I'm going to keep it for certain things. But then there's just things that were like, I'm only keeping this because I had kept it so long in the first place. And I always think to myself, why would I want to hold on to it for longer if I'm not ever going to use it or do anything with it? So I found myself downsizing a lot of my things. I just actually recently got this place within the last few months because I had finally buckled down and, saved up enough to actually own a condo. I mean, it's a condo, it's not a house, but it's the next best thing.
Right.
And I think even though I had to get rid of a lot of things, I saved all the important stuff. And it I don't know, I guess you grow when you realize that, you can let go of things that you don't really need. I didn't have a funny answer, I'm sorry.
In 1 year, like in New York, a lot of subletting and stuff. I'm not a complete monster to live with. But don't like having like full drawers and things like that. Like I need to know what everything is and what it's for. With that in mind, when you were like talking about things left behind, I was like trying to list, because I moved 5 times. I always left something. I mean, it just like, it happens. I couldn't really remember anything. I was like, because it didn't really matter at the time.
It makes sense.
Yeah, and like, years later, I like can't even, I was like, oh, I think there was like a set of weights I just like didn't want to move. That's like the one that like really sticks out, because obviously it was just too heavy. And yeah, and like there was like a death in my family recently. It was my grandmother, and so I was like going through her stuff, and like she had a lot of books on how to live forever. So I don't know if she never read them or if they didn't work. But like I had to clean all that stuff out. It seemed, not ridiculous. You have stuff in your life, but it is like when you're looking at the stuff, like it was not everything was super precious. We would come across those things, but yeah. So that was a very long-winded answer. To be like, I tried to think, but I couldn't think of anything because it was just stuff. I guess that's my answer.
No, that was great.
Like George Carlin said, right?
Yeah.
We just move our stuff
No more room
from
for
one
stuff.
place.
Gotta get a new place.
to get more stuff.
And my father has like storage units and stuff. Like he won't throw anything away. And it's just, oh my God. I don't want him to die for multiple reasons, including I don't want to go through that shit.
Don't think about that until it happens.
No, yeah. All right. So yeah. So what?
How about you?
Oh,
Off-brand Carmela Soprano. Oh yeah, sorry.
First of all,
Okay.
thank you, Mark. No, sorry. My dog is being a dog, so I was like, "Honey, like your mother is trying to win here. Can you like calm down a little bit?" Yeah, Corey, I love this question because for a comedy show, it like I think the answers are just naturally like a little melancholic and like personal. So sorry about that.
Comedians all a little melancholy.
Yeah, like a little like oh like for example, I apologize for the background noise. I went through a breakup recently where we were splitting the apartment down in half, and he took this one little table. Let's talk about trash we find on the streets. I found it on the street, but it was a cool ass little table, and he took it, and I got so mad about it, but at the same time I kept the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
Worth it.
Not very worth it.
Oh, that's great.
You can't leave that behind in a move.
Can't leave that. No.
Oh, buddy.
Oh yeah, dog shot.
Good timing.
That's perfect timing. That dog knew exactly what was happening right now.
She's trained at the conservatory.
That's awesome. I think all your answers were great. And I like to ask a question like that because I feel like if I'm dealing with people who are entertainers and especially people who do comedy stuff, it's like whatever it is, even if you talk about something that's a little sad, there's gonna be a part of it that we can all kind of just laugh at, you know.
Mhm.
And so I appreciate that. With that being said, I think I've made my decision.
Okay.
So I guess I just
Yeah.
say it.
Yeah.
All right. Relatable. They were all great. I'm just gonna say they really were all great. They're just like, I'm looking at them right now and I'm just like, I love all these. Like I'd put these up in our new apartment. One from the defend off. Who's it? Carmela Soprano.
Off-brand Carmela Soprano.
Off-brand Carmela Soprano. That is going to be my choice for the winner this evening. That is my favorite.
Once again, you've joined the three-peat club
Yeah.
for Art Smackdown.
And they all died at the age of 28, so watch out.
Well, I'm 29, hot dog.
So that means that next week you will be going up against whoever the audience champion is for this week, and Hunter Lang, and the guest judge will be Sean Christian Taylor.
Oh,
Damn. Happy birthday to me! This is gonna be a good line.
So artists, if you stick around for just a little bit longer, I'm going to bring out the audience submissions, of which there are only a couple, so it won't take too long. And then Corey, and then we'll talk off camera about which one your favorite is, and then we will unveil the audience champion during Casual Thursday, this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Art Smackdown.
awesome.
All right, so first up is this is from Life is Nice.
Life is nice, isn't it?
So great to see Life is Nice back in the mix.
Yeah, you'd love to see it. Let's.
All
Corey,
right.
I'm glad you didn't leave your tie-dye sweatshirt behind. That's a good sweatshirt.
Thank you. My wife made this actually.
Oh, cool.
Shit.
Apropos.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a Stuff Left Behind at a Rave by Life is Nice.
Oh.
Wow. At a rave.
Become
That's
one.
funny.
We can become one.
Drugs.
This is a mouse. That's a mouse.
I think so, yes.
Ooh.
Does it have like a penis coming out of its ear? What is going on?
That also
gotta-
sounds accurate. Yes.
Yeah,
They're all penises.
could be a
Correct.
sock. Could be a sock
Yeah.
covering the ear. You know.
I will, if I know anything about rave culture, that mouse is selling Molly, right? Rings.
That sounds right.
I can't remember the last time we've had this many phallic symbols since we had Hello Zombie and Juice Fan on the show.
Yeah, that one was particularly dickish.
Is this it looks like they're either a mosh pit or like a break dancer in the
It
middle.
also looks like there's a halo. Oh, that is a mosh pit, Slaney. I think that's exactly what that is.
See, the halo to me looked like a hole that opened up and quickly deposited the Rave Queen onto the site.
Yeah.
At least that was in my head canon. The Rave Queen just sort of descended upon the rave of objects.
It looks like the Rave Queen has a regular working arm, but the sleeve is too long for you to see the hand on the right
Yes.
side. But on the other side, it doesn't have an arm. It has a whisk.
Oh, you guys, I put it together. Okay, it's a comic strip, and the box. She's wearing the box. She's wearing the sock. She's on the top naked, and then she builds.
Oh. You're 100% right. You're 100% right.
You just blew my mind, but you are. I think you're correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like one of those fit
And
ab
then-
boxes.
So it's like everything that's left behind in a move then becomes the outfit you wear to the rave. Exactly.
That's so
Thanks,
good.
Tom.
That's so good.
And then last but not least, we have from Audio Gabriel.
All right. Let's get...
There are so many pieces of us trying to make us whole again. Is the caption to go along with this piece. I'll read it again. There's so many pieces of us trying to make us whole again. The brave little
Wow.
vacuum attachment.
Yeah.
I love
That's
the motion in the back.
Left behind thing. That's a like having tried to come up with things I left behind. Vacuum attachment.
Interesting. I forgot my whole vacuum in my last move.
You'll find a rogue vacuum attachment.
Yeah.
What happens is they just get discarded separately, and now
Yeah.
no one.
Yeah. Some of them are universal and they fit on any vacuum, though. Sometimes.
I
Depending
used to.
on, I guess,
Yeah, really?
depending.
It's,
In my future, yes. That's in my utopia. All vacuum attachments fit.
it just bums me out because I feel like there should be a vacuum, like not far away from this vacuum attachment. You know, it's like when
Yeah.
somebody takes the top off their water bottle and then they put it somewhere else, but they're still walking around with the water bottle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, like that water bottle sat on the shelf for so long until it finally became useless.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
also with like the installation of like air control or whatever, AC, like home vent systems, like you can plug a vacuum into your wall and it will just like you can just have the nozzle attached.
It'll just suck it out.
Story.
Yeah, and then you move from room to room or whatever. You don't actually have to bring a vacuum with you.
Yeah.
Central air, that's what
Yeah, those are
Central air.
wild.
Yeah.
I've only seen those like a few times, so those are crazy.
Yeah, it seems very weird. It's like, okay, you're hiding it in your walls instead of brushing it under the carpet, right?
That's true. Gabriel said we all have that one shit attachment that we never use. You know when you get one of the attachments and you're like, no one uses this attachment.
Yeah.
There's probably two that you're going to use all the time, and then the other two that they give you are completely useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you get like a
This
mean,
doesn't have to just be
it's
exclusive
2021. Yeah, there should be better technology. We should have more advanced technology where the attachments should just come out of nowhere. We don't have to actually lug them around with us. It should
vacuums.
just
Right, like
be
Inspector Gadget.
like a 3-prong thing. Yeah, exactly.
Like
Like,
it just
There's a shooting dirt. If I remember
you're just shooting dirt.
I
correctly.
just want a good nose hair trimmer attachment. I don't want to buy a nose hair trimmer. I want to buy a nose hair. I want to buy a shaver that also has attachment.
Vacuum.
Just stick my vacuum in my nose. I've
Yeah.
done that
Yes.
before. That was weird.
Don't do that.
That wouldn't work though. You'd need something to cut it.
Exactly. I should
That's true,
stick
that's
a knife in the vacuum and then stick it on my nose.
Ooh.
Exactly. That's
Straight
how you
with-
do it.
This has taken a left turn.
That's steampunk.
There just aren't enough phalluses in this vacuum.
That's true. Yeah.
Audio Gabriel says, yeah, they need one shaped like a
Yeah.
dick. Exactly, Audio Gabriel.
Oh, I just saw the rave in the background, by the way.
Oh yeah, there. Yeah, there. it
Oh
is.
yes. By the way, this art is
Yeah.
so great. I love it. I love it. I love the face.
Yeah, and Schwarzenegger, you're totally right. Like the rave little toaster is fucking would have been genius.
Hilarious.
What amazing. So yeah,
That would look like there's like an atomic bomb set off in the background, and that's what's caused the rain. Does anyone else see that?
Yeah. Or like there's cops coming. They're running. They're raving and running.
Yeah.
Ah!
It's also just a kid that's lucky enough to get lasers in its school photo.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Photo lasers while someone's being trampled in the back. No, is it too soon?
Too soon.
Mm.
No, I don't know.
Well, that's.
I guess not if anyone knows what we're talking about.
Okay,
yeah.
No one knows.
These are the audience submissions we had tonight. So it's going to be one of these two amazing artists who will be joining us next Monday for Art Smackdown. Before we bolt, any artists, anyone have any last things they want to say?
I think they're incredible.
I
And
hope.
I agree.
Sorry. I interrupted. I'm so sorry. I just think I'm hoping that after Omnicron Decepticon, it'll just keep going. All these raves, all this joy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hope
Yeah.
so.
Tonight, are we gonna
Yeah.
raid you? Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be raiding Schwartz and Merck just in a couple of minutes. Once
All right.
Schwartz and Merck gets up and going. Schwartz and Merck, for those of you who have not seen Schwartz and Merck stream before, Schwartz and Merck will be. You're still making like.
It fits along with my. I was telling you earlier about my little new project. I'll
Yeah.
mention it on my stream, but the podcast that I do is mostly monster based, and I think the stuff just goes along with it. So I figure I'll just go along and do monsters for Monday, and every Sunday I'll release a podcast about monsters.
oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Parker, you have a show coming up, right?
Yeah, it's a live show in New York City. If you're here, it's Mime Hard. It's at the Super Secret Arts Center. So one mime die hard. Hopefully, the first in an annual tradition of doing a mime die hard. But yeah, check out Super Secret Arts. They're really cool. It's like a new theater in New York City. It's like membership based. So you just pay for like one ticket, but you get access to every show that month.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you
Yeah,
renew,
it's very cool.
yeah, it's like $25. So that's like a ticket to like one show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, if you go see 2 shows in a month, you've already recouped on the investment of supporting theater.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
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 And when you're on your two Gowanus, you can listen to Corey's podcast.
You could. Corey has a podcast. He does.
Well, cool.
Or on your way to Asylum when he's at Beverly, right?
Yeah, that too. You can check
December
it out December
20th.
December 20th at 7:30 p.m. at the Asylum NYC.
Nice.
Yeah, so for sure, and I definitely want to check out this podcast about monsters.
Oh yeah. Send me yours. I'll send you mine. I know Mark's probably got all of our information between the two of us. I'm down.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
I'll definitely
Thank
send it around. Everybody.
Incredible.
Oh shit, that's not what I want to do. There it is. All right, well, we're about to raid Schwartz and Merck. Everyone, Corey, thank you so much for being the amazing guest judge.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, Schwartz and Merck, Parker, Vicky, Off-Brand, Carmel Soprano. Incredible art tonight. Congratulations to you, Off-Brand, Carmel Soprano, being one of the few three-peat champions. See you next week. And Slaney and Phil and me. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful week. And doodles.
Yeah, see you on
Doodles.
Thursday.